Thank you. Further responses? I recognize the member for Ottawa South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and it's a pleasure to speak on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. We're encouraged to reflect on how persons with disabilities participate in society and how we evaluate the barriers that lay in front of them. It's an opportunity to examine what we can do better to help integrate everybody to fully participate in our society in this province. We have a responsibility as legislators to better include all people in this province. And Speaker, I want to stop now and tell a little story about a woman named Linda Smith. And Linda Smith died about 4 years ago, and she was an exceptional person. She lived in Ottawa, and she touched the lives of many as a volunteer for politicians of every stripe. And as you can imagine, in Ottawa, that's a lot of politicians. Linda had a developmental disability, or as I like to refer to it, an exceptionality. That exceptionality filled her with love, acceptance, in abundance. She would often call her office several times a day just to check in, and more than one person has said to me, you could be having an awful day, and Linda would call, and you'd forget all your troubles. She had that effect. Linda was a regular at City Council meetings, often sitting in the front row until the Mayor recognized her. There's a plaque at City Hall now in honour of her, and she loved to have her picture taken with everybody. It didn't matter who. There are hundreds of pictures of her with all sorts of politicians from all over Canada, actually. Linda would help out with any mundane task, and I was thinking about it this year because she loved to do Christmas cards, especially because it came with lunch. 2 slices of pizza with one to take home and a Pepsi. She was great company. She loved strawberry milkshakes and ice cream. Her exceptionality left her vulnerable, and she struggled with how people could be cruel and mean and thoughtless. Although she was resilient and was always quick to forgive. Linda was our friend, and we are the better for it. She had this ability to bring everybody together. It was really quite incredible, and we all miss her. And one of the things, when I think of Linda, is to try to understand what the world looked like through her eyes. And I've never quite got to that point. I've seen some of that. And as legislators, it's not just for the Lindas of the world who have a developmental exceptionality, which also gives them a great gift in another way. But there are people who have disabilities and exceptionalities that are different than that. And we need to try to see the world through their eyes. See the world through their eyes and understand the barriers that are in front of them, whether that's a device they need to be healthy, as the member from Ottawa Centre said, or whether that's access to a public building, access to a restaurant. My eyes were open when my father-in-law became wheelchair-bound, and we tried to find a restaurant to get him in an accessible washroom. Well, the definition of accessible is definitely different in many different places. So our job is to see the world through their eyes and then make laws and investments with that in mind. And I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to this day and all the members' words in this House. And let's remember to try and see the world through their eyes. Thank you very much.